What's up, guys? It's Cody here, and actually, for today's video, it's not going to be Resident Evil. I haven't really played it since the last video I did. Now, granted, I know that was a terrible video, and I'm sorry about that. It just was like a spur of the moment type thing. But I have been picking up Silent Hill, and I'm not going to upload that, not yet, because I want to beat it first. But I have written out a actual strategy guide as I'm playing through the game, and honestly, it's amazing. I love it. Like, I legit bought a notebook, bought extra pencils, and I started writing out a strategy guide. I even drew little pictures in it. If y'all like to see that, I can kind of show you in a video. I do have a webcam, and maybe a little tricky to show you, but I can show you if you like that. But as for today's video, it's not going to be Resident Evil, it's not going to be Silent Hill, but it is retro gaming oriented. And as you can tell, I have the Gen 1 Recomp downloaded and Pokemon Red already fired up. So, without further ado, this is the newest way to play Pokemon Fire Red, and honestly, I don't think I can go back to the original way. But it starts out like normal Pokemon, as you can tell. And the way to do it, honestly, I'm just going to go through the normal setup first. So go to New Game, talk to Professor Oak. Oh, and if you're wondering what my wallpaper is, it's my truck. I have some videos on that too, if y'all are interested. Honestly, I may even start another channel for that. But as of right now, in my truck. But yeah, it looks like normal Gen 1 right now, which I'm a Gen 1 kid. I love it. I love the way it looks. So obviously I'm playing as Red, since I'm playing Pokemon Red. And our rival is going to be Blue, because why not? Okay, get into the game. Alright, so it looks like normal Pokemon Red. So you go into your options, and where it says whatever, voxel, turn that to full. And as you see where it says color, it says SGB. I'm assuming that's Super Game Boy. We're not playing the Super Game Boy. We're going to go with Advanced. Alright, back out. And that's what it looks like. It has the colors of Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. And it has the 3D effect, or in this case, I would say this is more like a 2.5D. But I love the way this looks. And look, it's so jarring going back to normal. Alright, so it's off, and we're going back to Super Game Boy. it just looks so different. Alright, so this is normal Pallet Town. Now we're going to turn it on. Advanced and full. And there you go. On the phone, it looks so different. Like, you can see all up in there. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Nah, you can't. But in the phone, you can see all up in that area. It's so cool. Now, this one, I'm not 100% sure, but on the phone, it does have a movable camera when you're in battle. So we'll see. And yes, they do have red, blue, and yellow, but yellow's in alpha. I have red and yellow on my phone, and honestly, everything, I didn't play too far into it, but yellow does look pretty good. And Pikachu is just hilarious walking behind you, as always. But let's see if we can do this. Let's see if we can do this battle. Let's see if it has the movable camera. Obviously, blue is angry, and since this is Pokemon Red, okay, I should know where it starts, but right here, we're gonna go with Charmander. We're gonna be generic, but I like being generic. I'm a Gen 1 kid. My favorite Pokemon's Charizard. Sue me. Alright, let's see what this battle looks like on the computer. On the phone, it looks great. Let's see if we got the rotatable camera. I love this, how they did the battles. It looks so sick. The only complaint I do kind of have is Charmander staring at me. That's the only complaint I have. It just looks unsettling. Oh, it does have the movable camera. Hell yeah. But the way to move it is with the mouse, obviously. So we can go top down, side profile, or just like the games. Honestly, I like the side profile. They don't have really different animations, obviously. It's the same ones, but it's just the idea of having it in 3D, and it's amazing to me. I love it. Actually, believe it or not, this was not my first Pokemon game. Even though I'm 30 years old, or almost 30, the very first Pokemon game I played was Gold, and it was actually in 2015. I bought a Game Boy Pocket and Gold from a mom and pop shop. I think I paid maybe $40 total for both of them. So yeah, prices were not outrageous back then. And I used to take it to high school and play it. And I still have that Game Boy. Unfortunately, my little brother painted it because he wanted to do like a custom. I didn't know at the time, but that was an ice blue Game Boy Pocket. And yeah, it's not ruined. You can get the paint off. It's just takes some elbow work to get it off. And right now it's sitting in my closet. But yeah, that was my very first Pokemon game, was Pokemon Gold. Beat it, and then I went back to Pokemon Red, and now I have all of Gen 1 physically on cartridge but Crystal. So Crystal's the only one I need, and if you got a Crystal you're willing to sell for not an outlandish price, I'm your guy. But yeah, that's basically what I really wanted to show about this, is the way it looks, the way the battles look, and the way the world looks. I love it. This is like my new favorite version of Pokemon. And it goes on. Like, I hadn't got super far into the game yet, obviously. I ain't even got to I didn't even play it very far in the game, because I literally just downloaded it on my phone like an hour ago. But yeah, it was very easy to download on Android anyways. My Windows Defender did kind of flag it as a false positive virus. But I ran it through My Virus Protector, which is Malwarebytes, Windows Defender, and Total Virus, the website, after it actually, let me download it, and it came back clear. So if you are having trouble with that, with downloading it on Windows, all I can say is give it a little bit of time, and because these were just updated like 4 hours ago, so they are brand new versions of these games. And as for Android users, I didn't have any issues downloading. The only issue I had with Android was the Pokemon Red and Yellow that I had on my phone already were not compatible with it, so I had to download another version of Pokemon Red. But other than that, you can go to the same GitHub pages and download it, and I'll link them in the description as well. So if you want to download it, you can. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. And honestly, you can laugh at me all you want because none of my friends play Pokemon, and I was talking to ChatGPT about this, and we both agreed that this is like screenshots of this, because I took some screenshots to send my brother-in-law. It really looks like old school Nintendo Power screenshots. To me, that's what it looks like. To you, I don't know, but I'm really loving this game. And like I said, I hadn't even played several. I've only played several minutes. I ain't even played hours yet. But yeah, I'm excited. And me and ChatGPT were actually talking about the creator of this mod venturing into gold, silver, and crystal, and even ruby, sapphire, and emerald. So I'm excited to see this project continuing because, like I said, this is a really cool project and everything. So I don't know. Leave a comment on what you think about this project, guys. Is it cool? Or is it just like nostalgia, blinded by nostalgia, all of that? Because, Gen 1 and all of that BS, as I call it, because I adore Gen 1 and Gen 2 Pokemon. But then again, I am almost 30 years old, so I like Gen 3 too. But anything after the DS era, I kind of like that normal DS. I do have X and Y. Well, not X. I have two X's. I don't have a Y. And there's a funny story about how I got two Pokemon X's. I bought Pokemon X for $50 because that's what I was going for. I was like, okay, cool. That's fine. And then about a week later, a buddy of mine who works with me, he says, I know you collect Pokemon games, so I set this aside for you. So I was like, okay, what is it? And he pulled out a sealed copy of Pokemon X, and I bought it for like $7 on clearance. So I got a $7 sealed copy of Pokemon X because somebody returned it at Walmart over a decade later, and the system accepted it somehow. So, and that's not the only story I have. I bought Pokemon Platinum, I want to say before COVID, and this is going to kill you when I tell you how much I paid for. Complete in box. $11. I bought Pokemon Platinum for $11 off of eBay. So yeah, those are my two massive Pokemon stories. And technically I got Pokemon Blue with a Game Boy Pocket for like $25 because the Game Boy didn't work and Blue had a dead battery. And as for my Pokemon Yellow, I paid like $25 for it because it also had a dead battery, and for some reason it wasn't playing on normal Game Boys. All I had to do was reflow that solder, and it worked, and it's working like a charm. So yeah, I'm not only a Resident Evil fan, I am a retro gaming fan. So if you guys want to see more retro gaming content, just let me know. I have everything from the original Nintendo all the way up to the PS5, plus a really nice computer, and I could use emulators and stuff like that. And also, I'm actually debating on getting a disc drive so I can rip my PlayStation 1 games and PlayStation 2 games and store them locally on my computer so I can save my disc. And also, recording would be a lot easier. So yeah, if you can't tell, I prefer playing on the original hardware, but for convenience purposes, I'll use my computer or PS5 if it's available on the PS5. So yeah. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more retro gaming, or if you're interested in Silent Hill or Resident Evil, because there's a lot of Resident Evil news coming up. I can feel it, because I've been seeing a lot here recently on my Facebook feed about Resident Evil Veronica, rumors that Resident Evil 1 remaster's coming out, so, which I'm really hoping a Resident Evil 1 remaster comes out, because even though we did get a remaster in 2002, I want to see it in the same style as Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 remaster. Well, Resident Evil 4 too, but I haven't played Resident Evil 4 remastered yet. I do have it though, so once I get to finishing my Resident Evil games, I will be playing all of them. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and peace out.